eGull is a new way to allow golf courses to fill empty time slots during the day. What we came to realize is that time is really an element that needs to be addressed in golf. Golf is the only sport that you cannot play in an hour. You can only practice, but you can't play it because there hasn't been an infrastructure in place to allow golf courses to build by the hole or play and pay by the hole. So what we did is we added a booking engine on top of our tracking, GPS tracking, very sophisticated technology to allow now golf courses to have a yield management program that is super simple to use. We're going to give you a little taste of some of the scenarios that we were thinking about. Rain checks. Rain checks are an or. You don't know if the guy has actually finished the hole or not. He comes in and he asks for another round. Now, if you were to switch to play and pay by the hole, if the golfer plays 12 and ends, then that's it. He paid for 12 holes. In the summer, in Arizona, Florida, wherever, golfers don't show up because they don't want to pay for 18 when it's going to be 120 degrees at noon. Well, let them play a few holes in the morning and leave whenever they want, or in the afternoon. Now they're not going to be able to play 18 anyway, and it's now nice weather. Twilight. We've been discounting twilight rates forever, and we still don't get a lot of play. Why not switch all your twilight to play and pay by the hole, and whatever they play is whatever they pay, and you don't have to discount anymore. Your normal, green fee divided by 18 plus 10% we recommend, and now you have a full rate, the full value of your golf course in a twilight format. Course is empty most, like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or whatever. Why not create a new format of tournament play? I'm going to play 6 holes at a time, 3 Wednesdays in a row. Now you can fill your golf course in a competitive format, still have your 18-hole tournament, if you will. And by the way, with a 6-hole completed, it is GIN compliant for having a 9-hole handicap. So the 6-hole format is actually making a lot of sense in terms of not only keeping the spirit of the game, keeping people involved, they can get a handicap, but the crowd that we're going to attract is really the 28 to 54. People that have a career, a wife, kids, can't find the time to play.
From our perspective as the European Tour, we don't believe, and we didn't buy the fact that golf was in decline. We just recognise that golf was changing and the consumption of golf is changing. And when you look at the number of people who are playing at driving ranges, the number of people who are playing in places like Topgolf, the number of people who are still playing par 3, pitch and putt, mini golf with their kids, even the kids who are playing golf on their PlayStations and their Xboxes. We as the tour believe these people are still the audience. They're still engaging in golf. They may not be playing 18 holes and they may not be members of golf clubs, but they are still an audience that the tour in particular is very interested in. And so part of the process of that, once we've done that research, we started to then, as I say, look at what formats could we bring into the mainstream of our tour and the main schedule of our tour that followed that path and tried to capture that trend in terms of shorter format. So Golf Sixes was born, and we introduced it, as I said, on the schedule last year. It's an event that took place in a golf course called Centurion just outside of London. We had nation teams competing on a six-hole course. Really tried to bring in a festival atmosphere, the kind of the cheering and the hollering that you get at a Ryder Cup, for example, was the sort of atmosphere that we tried, and we aimed very much at families. We made it very low price point ticketing. We may even, I think, be making it free ticketing this year for the event. We had 16 countries represented across a 2-day competition. Each round took an hour. There were 4 matches out on the course at any one time, so the TV production was able to still have lots of live content. But it was very short format, high energy, high entertainment value, and a really good, and we make no apologies, it was a really good trial. It's one of those things where we were looking at, how can we succeed? The objective being, as I say, to showcase the sport of golf, but to do it in such a way that's more easily consumed. But the critical piece for us as the tour and one of the custodians and one of the shareholders or stakeholders in golf was to make sure it was credible. It's still golf. We're not tinkering with the integrity of the game, but we're trying to increase and maximize the entertainment value within it. the results were pretty impressive for us as a pilot. You know, on TV, we were in the top quartile, or the Golf Sixes event was in the top quartile of any of our tournaments on the schedule last year in terms of viewership, excluding the WGCs and majors. And from a digital perspective, which it's kind of stereotypical to define our kind of younger audience through digital metrics, but through those digital metrics, we achieved, you know, significantly higher engagement through digital channels than most of our tournaments combined. So again, it's given us the real view that this is a format that will work. This is a format that we should roll out more. And so we kind of, you know, within that context of, and I'll segue into the guys from eGull, that in that context we're looking at these things and say, well, how do we, as the tour, you know, it's our job to be effectively, we believe, the kind of the shop window and this leader in the transformation of golf. And our hope is that then cascades down and across through the game into the other areas. And this is why we've partnered with eGull to really tap into, or to really look at how we can engage the amateurs, the participants of the game beyond the professional sport in shorter format, shorter content. You know, we're looking at rolling out Golf Sixes as an exhibition even at this year's Ryder Cup. On the Wednesday of the Ryder Cup pre the matches, we're going to use the format to really showcase it, and then continue this narrative that says, look, golf isn't in decline, it's just changing. And the more that we can do, and the more that we can do as a tour, the more that we can do as an industry to tap into that and to benefit from the fact, and to be flexible enough to enable people to play in the ways and that they'd like to, in the formats that they want to, and with the time that they have available. That's critical for us, and that's why we've partnered.
We have 50 golf courses, and we put eGull on all of them. And the concept that you have seen in the little movie, we're starting during the first quarter. We inaugurate yesterday the first golf courses, 2 days ago, and 6 of them will be equipped with all the facilities at the end of this quarter, and then we will develop on all golf courses during the year until end of next year. We're also working on a six tournament also for fun during the evening once a week, and also an event which will be held on the 30 golf courses in France with a final in Mauritius Island, and just always to promote the six formula. This was to show that we want to make some more influence in the golf during the end of the day, when active people, family, women could come more and more, spend more time on the golf courses, adapted to their activities or other activities, and be able to have fun and mix golfer and non-golfer. It's finally you got golf courses and you got top golf. We decided to take the best of both of them, continue to be a golf courses operator by doing our job on the ground, on the golf course, and teaching, and so greenkeeping very well, but also open it to non-golfer and family, just to provide them the opportunity to share some moments and then hit the ball with a club and maybe be addictive as the golfers.